Can you believe this high-end coastal set costs less than $10 to make? Today we're putting one of our Craft Lab winners to the test in our $10 craft challenge. Welcome back to Craft Watch, and today we are doing the $10 craft challenge where we take what we learned in Craft Lab and we're applying it to today's challenge. Today we're making something beautiful on a Dollar Tree budget. I ran out to my local Dollar Tree, grabbed a couple wine glasses and this bottle. We're going to turn this into a fun beverage set, which is perfect for summer. First things first, we need to clean it. I need to remove the labels. Hate when that happens. Then I'm going to use some 91% rubbing alcohol and clean it all up. Step one is non-negotiable, rubbing alcohol. To get that Murano paint to stick, we need a pristine surface. If you have oils from your hands on there, the paint will just slide right off. I'm using gloves just to make sure that when I get it off, I don't put it right back on. For this project, I'm going to be using the Murano transparent glass paints. I'm going to use this one, which is violet, and then I'm going to use the green. They don't look very transparent when you first pour them out, but they dry absolutely transparent. So I'm going to start with the violet, and I'm just going to put my hand in here. I'm going to paint the bottom. Just gonna paint it. It's kind of hard to get the streaks totally out, but that's okay. It kind of adds to it too. So if it's a little thicker in some areas than others, I wouldn't worry too much about it. The Murano paint is transparent, and honestly, don't stress the streaks. It gives it this organic, watery, hand-blown glass look. Now we're gonna get to the lower part of the actual goblet part. I'm gonna go around. Feel free to do like wavy swirls and you can kind of look in the glass to sort of see how it looks also. Think waves and beautiful oceany stuff. Okay, now I'm going to take my other brush, which I have right here. I'm going to dip it into the green. And I'm going to let it go right into where the violet stopped. And it can kind of blend if it wants to. I'm not going to do that much green, probably just about one, maybe two lines. I got some fuzzies here. Hang on, let's get rid of that. But I don't want it to be a straight line. I want it to kind of have a natural sort of wave to it. I definitely want the colors to meet. And no two will be exactly the same. So that's the beauty of it. Okay, now I'm going to set that one aside to dry. And I'm going to do the very same thing on this one. Let's start with the violet, and then we will do the green again. And then we'll do the bottle, and we won't go all the way up on this either. We'll just go around. All right, now we're going to just let all of this dry, and we'll see how it looks after. I know they don't look like much now, but I swear they're gonna look better. If you're loving this new series format, be sure to hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and stick around because I have a lesson learned moment coming up, as well as a shimmer scale at the end, because I want to know what you think about this project. Next thing I did, I found a turtle image in Cricut Design Space, and then I cut it out of black removable vinyl. I weeded all the parts that I wanted out of there. The important thing to remember when you're weeding this stuff is you're picking out the parts that you need to paint black. So the lines that are currently black on here are actually going to be clear. And I'm going to do that for all of them. So it just takes time, and you can get really detailed with these designs, but just remember, the more detailed you are, the more careful you're going to have to be weeding, which is okay. Some people love weeding and some people do not. So you just kind of want to keep that in mind too. But if you do a simple design, it comes out pretty quick. We're doing the same with the little starfish that we have here. Ah, son of a gun, see? Went too fast and I pulled the inside out. So I'm just gonna carefully hold on to that, pull it. There we go, put it back in and we're good. There we go. I'm gonna cut around these to leave a little bit of extra room. We're going to use some transfer tape. You do not want the strong grip for this. You just want the regular grip. Okay, we'll catch the corner of this. Maybe someday. God, there we go. Now I'm going to put it on here. This is just to make sure I get all those little inside pieces on there. So we'll go like this, and then we will start to pull it off. All right, that is perfect. So now you're going to take one of your glasses And I'm gonna just have them coming partially out of the water, just like that. And I'm gonna just burnish it down as best I can. Okay, let's keep it real. I tried to take a shortcut. I thought I could stencil right over the dry paint without baking it first. Look what happened. I pulled the paint right off. My bad, but that's why we experiment. Lesson learned, bake it first. Once I cured the Murano paint in the oven, and you do that by putting the pieces in a cold oven, setting it to 350, letting it reach the temperature, and then baking them for 30 minutes. And then you just let them cool off right in that oven. Now it's rock solid and the vinyl stencils won't stand a chance of ruining our hard work. So these have been baked now and they look pretty good. And here's the one that we made the mistake on. After I painted and I pulled off the vinyl, it pulled off some of the green paint. So then the black paint didn't stick on it either. So this one's going to be a little imperfect, but it's a good lesson learned. I was going to do it and then have it all painted, then stick it in the oven. Now I'm just going to have to stick it into the oven a second time. It's no big deal, but it was a good lesson learned. We are going to put this one on now. And I did learn something else too. I'm going to cut into the vinyl a little bit, just so that it bends a little bit with the shape of the glass. Now I'm not gonna go all the way up to it. I'm just trying to give it a little bit of a relief. All right, we're gonna put that on, burnish it down. And now I'm gonna give it a cut, but I'll just go where I cut it before, and hopefully this will let it kind of conform to the glass shape a little bit better. So I'm going to pull this backing off now. All right, I'm gonna pick a spot. Yeah, that's conforming a lot better. So we're just burnishing it down. Make sure it's stuck on there nice. We're just gonna pull this off now. And if you'll notice, I'm pulling parallel to the glass and to the vinyl. I'm not pulling it up, so it's not gonna make it raise off of the glass. All right, so I think this is on pretty good. I'm gonna just make sure my edges are on there. I don't want any paint going underneath. Here's my paintbrush and my paint. I'm gonna do it again. Then I'm gonna just pounce right onto here. We're gonna let that dry a little bit before I pull it off. Now I'm gonna go to my little bottle here. So I have my last one. I don't need to cut those little angles on there because the side of this bottle is flat. So we don't have any contours, big contours that we're gonna have to try to stick to. So we're gonna put it right here and it's gonna be coming out of the water just like on the other ones. Now we know after we bake these paints, which we did, that tape won't pull it off. So feel pretty confident burnishing this down that everything will be fine and it won't pull off. And if you watched Craft Lab, you would have seen that. So if you missed it, be sure to check that out. All right. And there's that one. So we'll put that aside to dry, and this one should be plenty dry now. Let's get that out of the way so I don't mess that up. And I'm gonna pull the vinyl off. Yeah, this paint is on there very nicely now. There we go. Look at that, looks pretty cool. And I feel like these paints kind of take on a different look once they've been baked. Like it almost looks like it's part of the glass. Just remember this black can still be scratched because it hasn't been baked yet, so you just want to be careful. Now we have this really cute set. I'm gonna wait till that dries, wait 24 hours, stick that in the oven again, and that can bake on there. And now I'm gonna have this really cool set. Be sure to let me know what you think, because this is a fun little project that you can do a lot of different things. Like I went turtles, but you don't have to do turtles. You can do anything. You can do it for different holidays, but I thought this would be fun for summer. Okay, it's the moment of truth. It is time for the Shimmer scale, where you get to let me know if 10 nailed it, 1 failed it. How do you think this turned out? Let me know why. Let me know your number and what you think down in the comments below. I cannot wait to read the comments. If you missed the science behind these paints, be sure to check out last week's Craft Lab. Next week, we're taking the turtle theme to the next level and making something boutique worthy. You don't want to miss it. So remember, life's too short not to shimmer. So grab your glue gun and your glitter, and I'll catch you over there.